Hey, two people of family. So today I ordered the very last Walking Dead graphic novel, and wow, little backstory. I started after the show came out in I guess 11, and so I was a little late to the party since the comics started coming out in '03. So I had some catching up to do. Well, I caught up and I stayed up. And the single came out last month. And I had heard rumors and that it was the last one, which is kind of odd because Robert Kirkman had said that he wanted to keep it going through issue 300 at least. But at the end of this compendium, it had the letter that he added to the end of the single. And in short, it said that he had always had this planned out to be how this was going to end and whatnot. And he eventually got to a point where he couldn't come up with anything else to draw it out to 300 issues, which I mean, I applaud that because, I mean, when you're writing, you don't want to overstay your welcome. And there's a fine line between good writing and, as he called it, fluff. And so I applaud him. I mean, it's been his bread and butter for over a decade. So, and as a writer myself, you get attached to characters. I read you the first part of my new story, Double O Crypt, yesterday, and I continued it, and there was some stuff that I wrote that even made me tear up. And I know it sounds weird, but you get totally attached to your characters. And that's what he said. He got attached to his characters and the world that he had created. And when he felt like he had to call it, he just had to call it. And as he put it, that's what the material felt. And that's exactly how I feel. As a writer, I don't do the whole outlining and this, that, and the other. I have a beginning, and I have her in the say for example in my Crimson Love stories that are in Moreau Family Diary. I had a beginning and an end, and everything else in the middle wrote itself as I wrote on that day. However I felt, that's how I pretty much wrote. This one, it's flowing pretty fast. I don't have a guideline yet again. I'm just going on. I see where I left off, and where it takes me, I go from there. Um, that allows me to go along for the ride instead of have everything mapped out beat by beat by beat by beat, and I'm just throwing down words. But so I understand when he's talking about that he lets it write itself. Um, but after 31 books, I'm kind of at a loss now. I don't know what to read next. So, for you guys out there that are graphic novel readers, tell me what you suggest, because like I said, I've given the last 8 years to the Walking Dead series, and it was fun. It was and dull. It wasn't giddy. Not ragging on the MCU or the DCU comics. They're great, and we wouldn't have the movies that we have now if they weren't never existed. But I read them, and I have read a few of them, but I don't see how they translated from to the young adult versions that we see in the movie theaters, or the I have read a Daredevil collection volume book, and it was pretty serious. So I can see where Netflix got that. And truth be told, I would rather see more balls to the wall, Logan and Deadpool type movies. Even though Endgame was pretty intense, but I'd really like to see them do the hardcore Netflix treatment. I don't know if the Mouse House would go for that, and I hope when they do their Disney Plus subscription streaming thing, that we don't get castrated versions of Daredevil and Luke Cage and Punisher and Jessica Jones and Iron Fist, and definitely not Deadpool. So, anyways, but I digress on that. As far as Walking Dead goes, wow. Gotta give it to Robert Kirkman. He made a hell of a yarn, and that last book was it was intense and sad and a fun read. So, and I'm not gonna give you any spoilers. So I'm sorry, guys, just not gonna do it. If you want to read it, you can get it on your Kindle app. It's for 11 and change on Kindle, and I like doing that just because it's easier than carrying a book. As I've told you before, with Kindle, I love reading on on that app. So, anyways, guys, if you're a Walking Dead fan or if you're a graphics novel fan, check it out. It was a hell of a ride, like I said. And give me your comments below to tell me what I should read next or check out, because I love the medium of graphic novels, and I've invested so much time into that series and just don't know where to go. I did read The Crow, James O'Barr's The Crow, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. And I've read the Kick-Ass trilogy. So, alright guys, so thanks for listening. Leave me those comments, and love you. Be good to each other, and check you later.